What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Awakening World. I am Love Coach Scott Katamas, and there is Kristen Hoffman, one of our absolute most beloved human beings, souls, and I am so grateful that she is my co-host for tonight's show. Welcome.
Oh, it's so good to be here tonight. I love being with Scott. Always a pleasure to co-host, and welcome to the Awakening World Global Peace Tribe family. It's our last show of the year, and it is also still Scott's birthday week. So we are celebrating our beloved Scott, birthday boy in the house.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, having you as my co-host, and 2 Saturdays in a row, because last Saturday night we got to enjoy your Solstice concert, which was exquisite. And then you even dropped in and joined us on the show later in the evening. So thank you. And we have some other wonderful people with us. We'll do bigger introductions later, but Piper Dillums is in the house, and she has created another wonderful film for us. And Steve Berriman is with us, and his buddy Swami Beyondananda just might make a visit. And Nikita Gearing is back with us. We love Nikita very much. And of course, our beloved Omashar, our house musical artist. So, and we've got some other surprises. Michael Kraus from Unify has a really special announcement he's going to make. And then I see so many other people in the Zoom room. And you know what? I'm going to put George Noble up because today is George's birthday. So, George, the spotlight is on you. And let's all take a moment and send George maximum grace for this new cycle around the sun. We love
you so much. Just writing a note to correct Kristen and tell her today is my birthday.
That's right.
I've been with a gang of Capricorns at the Center for Spiritual Living, several of us who major singers and chant masters. These are things Kristen doesn't know about us. We don't get a chance to do that here on the show, although you've heard me some, Scott, I know, and several of the others have, but not Kristen. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here with everyone. I see Piper with us even, and Kristen is a co-host. That's great.
Well, happy birthday. We love you, George, and I'm sure people will be putting lots of birthday greetings in the chat box for you because you're one of our favorite people.
Happy birthday.
Go ahead, Kristen. Do you want to give him a little happy birthday song?
Why not? Okay, George, here you go. Ready? I think we're going to give ourselves even a little... Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
thee.
Happy birthday, dearest George. Happy birthday to you.
I bet you weren't planning on that happening, George. Your own personal birthday song from the wonderful Kristen Hoffman. That's pretty special.
So much love.
Happy
Yes, it
birthday,
is.
George. Hey, I also want to acknowledge, Mushar has pointed out that Dorina Joy is in the Zoom room. Of course, she hasn't been able to join us when she was in Bulgaria tending to her father. And she usually doesn't have her camera on, but Dorina Joy, we love you very much. If you want to unmute and say hello, you're welcome to do so because it's wonderful to know that you're with us. And if not, maybe she's not hearing me or whatever it is, but we acknowledge and love Dorina Joy. She's gone through so much this year. You know, that's kind of a good segue, Kristen, into one of the things we want to do tonight is have everybody, including our audience, share what's something they're celebrating from 2024 and what's a vision for 2025. And I would love to invite you to kind of model that for us.
Perfect. Well, I would say this is just what's coming up for me, but I spent the last month of 2024 working on bringing through a lot of music for meditation for Uplift's month of meditation. And as I dove into these very subtle realms to support these beautiful meditations for peace, I felt so uplifted. And I was just reminded that when I cultivate that space on a daily basis, my whole life gets better. So I just wanted to call that forward because this just happened this past month. And I really have been so grateful for that weaving. And then 2025, I would say my goal for 2025 and just is to be ever more present and present to the deep listening, both within myself and to others and the world. So being more present to myself, how is my body doing? How are my thoughts? How am I feeling? My spirit? And then being really present to those who I'm with, listening deeply, honoring each being. So that's my goal for 2025. Might sound simple, but I think it's actually one of the best things that we could work on.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's very beautiful. Thank you. And thank you for all the gifts that you provide us, your songs, your albums, meditation music. Thank you. And I want to read a note from one of our people in the audience. As Kristen's very well aware, last week there was someone who trolled and wrote offensive things in the chat box during her solstice concert. And I guess they used some sort of an AI program and they just grabbed a name of a participant in the chat box and they happened to choose our beloved Susan Bloomquist. And Susan just wrote in the chat box, a note on the troll experience last weekend. The universe really does happen for us, not to us, because the responses of the Global Peace Tribe were so heartful and uplifting that the experience, painful as it was actually worth it. Thank you all for a graceful transformation of a shocking experience.
Yeah. And just Susan sending you so much love and gratitude. Everyone who is there, thank you for holding that space so powerfully together so that we just transmuted the energy and moved up, and we held the light and the love and surrounded Susan. I'm sure that was a traumatic moment, and yet we really did come together. And I'm just, and then, you know, I hadn't even played a note yet, so I had to say, am I gonna let this get me down, or am I gonna practice what I just mentioned, which is presencing, and bring the intended experience of connectivity and light? And there's this choice point, right? We are often faced with this choice point. And I chose to just say, you know what? I trust that this will be taken care of. We are surrounded by family. We're in this together. And it's amazing what happened. We really did lift the energy up, and it ended up being a beautiful time together. So just infinite gratitude. And it's just an example. We can move through anything together with presence and love.
Thank you. Thank you, Kristen, for modeling that. Because, boy, that's really when, we have to use our practices. When you're just about to start a concert and then that happens. So thank you for modeling staying centered, and honestly, you stayed even more centered than one of your hosts. One of your hosts began to get engaged with it, right? And you were beautiful. You just did the ninja move and just, kind of followed and stayed in your own flow. And then also a big thank you to our Global Peace Tribe and all the people who were there for holding that sacred space and not letting one person ruin the evening. And instead, it was a beautiful evening. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I am very grateful. We weren't sure if he was going to make it or not, but our beloved Chief Phil Lane is with us. Hello, Phil. The camera's on you.
Good to see you.
So good to see you.
See everybody. Yeah, good to see you all. Wow, what a time we're in.
Wow.
What an incredible, exciting time, I was listening to what you were sharing, and one thing we know, everything that comes to us comes for our own perfecting. It depends on how we address it. We have choice. We have been given this sacred gift. We can choose to go on the tube, which sometimes we do, because we get angry and we respond rather than just say, just a minute now. You're not going to pull me into this one. I'm going to keep laughing. I'm going to keep being joyful. I'm going to keep understanding that we're going to a good place. I'm going to keep on with that path no matter what. And you always do such a beautiful job doing that.
Thank you, Dexy. Well, it's so amazing that you're with us tonight. I know you've just completed Enlightening Our Way Together, which was amazing. I got to tune in last Sunday, the 22 women's prayers. Oh, so powerful. Thank you for that medicine that you have been bringing us each year. And we definitely would love to hear some of your favorite moments today for sure. And I know we're here at the end of 2024 and looking into the beginning of 2025. Would you call us into this space? Would you bless us and welcome us into this space in the way that you do so beautifully?
Well, thank you so much. Oten Kashla Wakantaka, creator of the universe, most beloved one, all powerful one, most kind one, most compassionate one, ever forgiving one. We call upon your holy power at this time in the sacred covenants you've given to humanity, the sacred promise that we would do the very best to walk the spiritual path, to walk the red road, to be kind, to be loving, to be compassionate, be forgiving, to be respectful, to be faithful, be loyal, all those sacred qualities, to be tender and gentle, be strong and just, all these sacred qualities that we all have access to, that these might be generously bestowed upon us as we move into 2025, this time of great transformation. And creator of all good things, we focus our minds and hearts and our souls upon the great visions you've given us for the future through your sacred prophecies that have been revealed to all members of our human family, that promise this heaven on earth is emerging, promise that the time when we shall have peace upon Mother Earth is coming, is here now. And that creator, we just ask that we might be at peace and unity with all our relatives, the east from where comes the red sunrise, the south where comes the life, the west from where comes thunder, lightning, and rain, and the north from where comes the white snow. All these relatives of our human family might come into oneness, into unity. And to Father Sky, please give thanksgiving. We ask forgiveness for the overabundance of those masculine elements that have caused such damage to our human family and ask and give thanksgiving that we're learning how to balance these qualities with the sacred qualities of Mother Earth as reflected by her representatives, womankind. So we ask, Creator of all good things, that we might be able to truly humble ourselves before these sacred teachings, have complete faith that we are on a path that's leading to a time that's been long promised by sacred prophecies throughout Mother Earth, understanding that all these sacred prophecies, just like ourselves as a human family, came from the same divine source, and that all that's unfolding has been part of a higher plan that's been unfolding since the beginning, that has no beginning, in which we've been a part of from the very beginning. We look into our eyes, we can look back and see we've always been these sacred beings, sovereignties, ancient, imperishable, and everlasting. So, Creator of all good things, with great respect to Father Sky and Mother Earth, and to all the gifts you've given us, and especially want to remember today those relatives who are suffering in any manner. They're in prisons, they're in insane asylums, mental illness, whatever they're suffering from. Creator, we just ask blessings, mercy, compassion. We ask our hearts be filled with that for all members of our human family. We ask, Creator, especially all these wars that are going on, Creator, all these innocent people who are suffering. Creator, we know and understand that there's justice in this world, and we know that ultimately all this is going to bring us to a place beyond all this conflict. So, Creator of all good things, we just give thanksgiving in that manner. We ask blessings, especially on the Global Peace Tribe. We're coming together here all through the week, doing the best we can to pray for peace, to act in peace, to speak in peace. And Creator, for those times when we walk sometimes in an awkward manner, we know that you're the ever forgiving Creator. None of us would be here. At least myself, I know I'd never be here. So, Creator, we thank you for that ever forgiving nature that you have, that we might be ever forgiving to ourselves and to others. And know we're just trying to do the best we can. And Creator, finally, we just ask your blessings upon our children, our grandchildren, those yet unborn, those future generations. They might come to a world in which there's peace, in which they hear only the best of things from those that come from our generation in the future, after we pass from this physical world of time and space, that we've done our very best here. And this world we're moving into now is one that has been prayed for and longed for by all the great spiritual leaders, spiritual teachers, messengers, and we give thanksgiving that way. Oh, Creator, refresh and gladden our spirits, purify our hearts, illumine our powers. We lay all our affairs in your hands. You are our guide and our refuge. We will no longer be sorrowful and grieved. We'll be happy and joyful beings. Creator, will be full of anxiety, let trouble harass us. We will not dwell in the unpleasant things of life. Oh, Creator, you are more friend to us than we are to ourselves. We dedicate ourselves to thee, O most beloved one. Halmi chante washtelo, shunkmano he meado, chinupasapa meado, halmi chante washtelo. Well, Mitaki Epi, it's been such a pleasure always to be with your beautiful heart. You can see your soul shine in your eyes, my beloved. And we're going to hear some songs I know are going to carry us to the farthest reaches of this universe. And 2025, it's going to be a good one.
It is. It is.
It'll be the best ever.
We're just calling it in the most loving, peaceful way together. I'm looking at this piece behind you, Phil, and I'm just feeling that energy, these colors, our walk together into this next year. Holding, as we hold that vision high of oneness, of love, healing, we really do create that together.
Yes, we
and
do.
That was such a beautiful, powerful prayer, blessing, way to call us in tonight. I'm going to take us a little bit deeper into that with a short song to just really solidify that piece. And don't go far, Chief, because we're going to have you come back in a minute. We want to hear more from you.
Okay, thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Into interstate, I make my way with glowing eyes under the stars, a bed of dreams. They guide me to a perfect place of peace. Music in my heart, a wondrous song is calling me, and on the wind their voices sweet to lead me home, a perfect place of peace. Start again, new beginnings, winter's friend. Bells are ringing, start again. New beginnings, place of peace. Always in you, light. The torch is bright, a lover's lamp burns through the night, a dancing flame or glistening snow reminds me of that place of peace I know. Oh, that place of peace I know. That place of peace I know.
We're going to go to gallery view. Let's all give Kristen some love, some twinkle energy, and just our appreciation for her presence in our awakening world.
Thank you, dear ones. Thank you. May we just continue to find that place of peace moment after moment after moment. And if you lose it, just coming back to that place of peace in this new moment. It's really all we need to do. If we remember that, we'll be set for a good year ahead, I think.
Creating peace is a big theme for tonight's show.
Yeah.
And just a reminder to everybody in the audience that we also want to hear the same question that we're going to ask all of our presenters, but what's a favorite memory of 2024 that you have? And what's your vision? And it can be personal. It could be global, but it can also be very personal. And if you use a personal vision, then we can hold that vision for you. So please put those in the chat box. And throughout the evening, I'm going to read some of those out loud. We're going to bring Chief Phil back on, and Omashar or Kristen, if you can find him and bring him while I read a message for Phil from
Oh.
Ayada. She
Chief
wrote,
Phil, are you still with? You're here. I see you
there he is.
coming on. Okay, hold on. Let me
I got
add
him.
your spotlight. Oh, you got him. You're faster than me, Scott.
So, Phil, this is what Ayada wrote after your prayer. Dear beloved brother Phil, thank you so much for that powerful prayer. That was exactly the medicine I needed tonight. Your words spoke to so much that I'm personally dealing with, including a dear young person who's grappling with mental illness and all the people in war zones around the world. Thank you from the depths of my heart. And I know that she really speaks for all of us as she shares that. So, Phil, we would love for you to share some of your highlights of 2024. You haven't been on the show for a while. So we haven't heard about what took place for you in Thailand, your own personal journey, and of course the wonderful work that you've been doing with your organization, Four Winds. Please update us.
And I'd also love to hear, what was your highlight? What did you feel was the golden thread from this enlightening our way together?
Well, first of all, I'm really so happy to be here with everybody, to see everybody, and to be on this wonderful program. It was a highlight. I thank John Raymer for, I was here actually getting ready to get on, and John reminded me, so I jumped on here. But I've been here in Thailand since June 18th, working on my health, and I'm happy to say that I've lost quite a bit of weight, and I'm in good shape. I'm looking forward to coming back in March after I finish this process I'm in, which I'll be able to talk a little bit more about that when I return. Really, this 2024 was highlighted by the second gathering of the Union of the Condor, Hummingbird, Quetzal, and Eagle at Palenque, Mexico. And of course, that was further, you might say, reinforced on that gathering on October 28th, 2023, when we ignited the 8th fire at Hidalgo, Mexico, which is an old prophecy that goes back. And there might be many 8th fires there, but this one was really taken off globally in terms of spreading around the world and bringing our, you might say, vision. So at Palenque, there was 10 initiatives, and I'll go through them really quickly. It won't take long, because 4 of them focused on water. So the first one was this global peace movement, Indigenous ally-led global peace movement. And it started focusing on the Americas, but now we've moved and been able to bridge directly into Africa to the African relatives there. So this is really taking off. And in Ireland, Kindred Ireland's hosting a gathering this next summer, which will bridge into Europe and will bridge all these different groups, and from Indonesia, from Southeast Asia, from all over, that are beginning to come together and say, we don't have to be part of this world of war and hatred. We don't have to do that. We have alternatives that we're going to build. And I think so that's this thing of a Indigenous ally global peace movement. That's moving forward very strongly. 4 initiatives are connected to having people understand bioregions. Have been so beautifully, many people are working on this, but Doug Tolchin has done an incredible job. And then there was these bioregions declared throughout the world at 8/8/2024, 8/8/8/8, including here in Thailand, where a very powerful ceremony was done at one of their main temples, Wat Thot temples, celebrating 499 years of history. But there was a beautiful ceremony in which there was these 8 maps of the bioregions of Thailand, and each monk, while they chanted this whole ceremony, chanted with these maps. So that it was there in the Amazon, and by the way, another one of the proposals while I'm talking about the Amazon is that despite the fact that huge amounts of money have gone forward into the Amazon, and all these NGOs are having all these different gatherings about supporting the Amazon, etc. And we had Rio Plus 20 and all these different things. The situation is getting worse and worse. And it's really clear that the only way this is going to get resolved is to invite the indigenous people themselves of the Amazon, which are now divided into 8 or 9 different nation states. By the way, cut up the Amazon, 8 or 9 different ones, and have them come together. And Sukapai has just returned some land that had been returned land after a long, long year and year battle. That it was a place where they used to meet all the indigenous people of the Amazon. But so that's another thing we're focused on. Another was Divine Mother's Love came from there. Support that, and we can see that that's moving forward. And Founding Mothers movement, all these women's movement, that's coming forward. So that's really exciting. And of course, to see our Global Center for Indigenous Science and Ancestral Knowledge, that's moving forward. But in the way we wished, for instance, like at Sukapai and at the down in Mexico, at that what they're doing is that they're doing it there, meaning that they're taking these medicines that we have, plant medicines, not just psychoactive plant medicine, but ones that heal cancer and all kinds of things. And they're going to be packaging them there and sharing them there in their own natural habitat. And then, of course, we really are in support of La Ventana down in Chiapas. That's dear beloved sister Adriana Alvarez, and we can see that's growing. We had a great delegation come from the east part of Canada, came down this during this 21st and had a big celebration there. So things are moving. And those are the things that we really are championing moving forward. And I think that the key words that we're using throughout, you might say, our meme of memes is simply unite humanity, restore Mother Earth. Unite humanity, restore Mother Earth. And that's our very simple mantra. So I'm just going to put a bookmark there. I thank you. I probably spent a little bit more time than I should have, but I wanted to share. These are the 10 initiatives, and I'll put them in the chat in both the longer form. That we have some that are just short, so you can kind of see that. Plus, we also have put together during this period of time, the 24th of December through the 1st of January, and really we communicated it without enough time for people to really get a chance to explore it. So what we're doing it anyway. And what we've done is we've taken Black Elk's vision and we put it into a 9-day spiritual retreat. And then in that process, as we're going through this, we now have a series of questions that anybody can take and make this journey of the 4 ascents that Black Elk did up that mountain. But this is just going to, in a spiritual way, utilizing Trinity or things coming in force. And then along with that, go through a whole process so you can do that anytime you wish. So we're sharing that. I'll share that here a little bit later. I'll put that in the chat too. So you can have that material we've been developing for this period. I was going to say, last thing, we are now in the heart of the change. This period of time we're in right now, starting on the 20th of December through today, through into 2025, are days in which really it depends on us. I mean, everything takes volition. It takes will. We have to have dedication. It's not just going to happen to us. But I can guarantee you, we dedicate ourselves at this time and open ourselves up and let go of any preconceived ideas about how we should have it or how in my way, but open ourselves up to truly receiving the blessings that are in store for us, that all will unfold beautifully. But it's going to take us to surrender to a certain degree and to have faith that we have, in fact, fulfilled the sacred prophecies of those that have gone before us. And we, each and every one of us here, are the spiritual representatives that of all that have gone before us, literally sitting right here, and listening in here. And around us are all those relatives who stand here in this physical world of time and space, and who knows how many worlds of time and space there are. But in this one, we are their spiritual representatives. Now, that is a really important position each one of us have, to think from the beginning of time, that DNA runs back through us from that very beginning all the way right here. And we represent that entire lineage that goes beyond us. It's just countless when you think about it. In fact, it all comes back to one in the end. Anyway, thank you so much. Have an incredible rest of the year. May 2025 be our best ever. And may,
don't go away quite yet, Phil. There's a couple things. I want to read a few comments. There's some comments that I want to read to you. And also, do you recognize this photo?
Absolutely. October 28th.
So, I don't just have it on because you're on the show tonight. I use this as my primary backdrop because I love the phoenix rising from the fire. And this is, of course, a photograph from the 8th fire that Chief Phil spoke of. And many of our friends, the Twin Ray, were there, and many other friends were there. And I just love how the phoenix is rising from the fire. And that's a very important thing for us to remember during these turbulent times.
Yes.
Here are a few comments that have come in that I want to share with you, including some of people's visions for this year. Dr. writes, "This is my dream in 2025, an Indigenous-led global peace tribe movement. So blessings to you, Chief Phil, for all of your work. You are giving me and my dreams a chance to come true." Candace writes, "Yes, the eagle, north and south, condor, we are all connected in here, America's Turtle Island. Peace will start here. Thank you, Phil, for all that you do."
Thank you.
And a few more. I'm going to get to some of the other reflections that people have given that don't connect to Phil right away. But I am going to bring up David Wick. You, of course, know David. And his memory of 2024 was the beautiful International Day of Peace celebration in San Francisco. I was there. Many of us were there. Piper was there. And then his vision for 2025 is what you're sharing with us. The guiding light of the first in the world solar-powered world peace flame in Ashland, Oregon. And there's David right there. David, thank you so much for all you do with carrying on Avon Madison's vision with Pathways to Peace and your wonderful partner, Tez. Thank you so much, David.
And you're there with Gary, my good beloved brother, Gary Zukoff, I think, is there. Are you, if you're in Ashland there?
Yeah, Gary lives in Ashland, and the Twin Ray
lives here, yes. Gary's here.
Yes. Well, you give him my love and greetings. In fact, I owe him a call. Great man. Good. Great.
Beautiful. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. And ditto, please give my love to Gary. I haven't talked to him for a while, so give him my love. A couple more. Dr. Laura is asking for the link to the Amazon Urban Plant Medicine Initiative, so make sure you put that in the chat box. Grace Denise says, "Thank you, Chief Phil, for your wonderful work in sending your blessings and wishes, and we are wishing you perfect health." Candace introducing herself to us. Connie and Andrew are with us, sending love from Colorado where they are. And they say, "Blessings and gratitude to your brother Phil for all you are and do for the healing of the heart of humanity with your deep Indigenous knowledge and the sacredness and oneness of all creation." So, yeah. Finally, Shoshana writes, "Chief Phil, your eyes are like the deepest wells of compassion. I so appreciate your sharing." And there are many, many other comments, but I wanted to bring in a few as highlights. And here's our beloved Kristen.
Oh, Well, that was just such an incredible share. Chief Phil, you are a beacon of light for us all. In the time I've known you, I also just want to reflect back. I've seen you grow so huge into your own greatness mission. And you're just in such a fullness, blossoming of your gifts and what you're here to do. And you're calling us all in with such grace and so much love and strength and courage. And you continue to show up again and again and again and again. And I just am so grateful for you as a brother, a teacher, a mentor, a friend, and thank you for your life's mission. Thank you for all the wisdom that you share with us. You call us in. We feel so included in the call, and it's just so powerful at this time. So I bow in gratitude and love you.
Thank you. And, you know, there's something here, and it's been not too long ago that's come to me so strongly. It's really helped me along my journey, and that is the realization that the last 500 years has not been a punishment, but a preparation.
Mm.
That our human family is being prepared, not punished.
Yeah.
You know, why would a creator that has the power to create a universe this great, and with obviously a plan within it, because we can see within every being this built-in gifts they have and so forth. So there is a higher plan to this because we can see it unfolding. You see it all unfolding. And so I guess that I would say that all this has been a preparation, not punishment. And that's what I really want to have people who have been oppressed for thousands of years. This has not been a punishment. It's been a preparation for whatever this is manifesting in the world. Now we look at the situation now where we see war and we see death and happening and all these things going on and so on. But we have to know that we're only seeing this collapsing part. But behind this is such glory, such beauty, when you go and sing at your highest notes and you're envisioning that highest thing, that's what's coming. That's what that vibration is bringing us to, you know. But to think that, you know, and again, that held me up a lot. And then I'd get into myself because, you know, I have also European background, and I get, you know, all this stuff. No, we have to love ourselves because our Creator made us. Now, if we look at others in creation, other human beings, sure, we're going to be disappointed. We're all just Shasha. We're human beings. We make mistakes. But it's when we turn ourselves to this unknowable essence, this Wakantaka, this, you know, it's just beyond, you know, something sacred moving. When we go and turn to that, that's where we come from. That's where the perfection comes from. That's where we'll find happiness. But if I look to other human beings that you're going to be the perfect one if I just worship you, but you're just Shewa Shasha like me. We all make our little mistakes. We're all in this together. Through our coming together in a circle and leaving behind the triangle. That's the old paradigm, is a triangle. Ours is a circle that encompasses the triangle.
Yes. Yes.
Holds everybody together. But I mean, yeah, that's it. We're going from here to here. Simple.
I love that. So powerful. Let's just breathe that in for a second. That vision that we are being prepared. We are all part of this great preparation. Let's just breathe that in. I love that. And let's just see ourselves in that circle of one humanity that Chief Phil just called forward. Breathing in. And last breath, really tuning into that mantra, unite humanity, restore Mother Earth. Breathing that in, unite humanity, restore Mother Earth. May it be so. It is. Here we are.
Mhm.
And may we all know, Dosha, without question, there is no death, just a change of worlds. That we do have a soul. We do have something that was birthed when we were birthed into this world of time and space that transcends this world of time and space. That all those things which we look to, our rational soul, our creativity, our memory, all those things which really we see as human are all part of our soul, not our body, not our brain, part of our soul. And the other thing that I think is so beautiful when you think about it, we're here in this world of duality. Being in this kindergarten, so to speak, where we have a choice, you can go this way or that way. Maybe we have multiple choice, but anyway, we're in this world of choice. In this incredible world that we're in, our purpose here is to grow our spiritual arms and legs and eyes and ears, just like we did in the womb. And that is to really, truly become more joyful beings, to become more loving, kind, compassionate, honest, and forgiving. I mean, these are the qualities that really are the ones you need when you're leaving, because they're the ones that propel you spiritually. I mean, whether I have beautiful long white hair like Scott or not, or whatever, it's just so silliness. I mean, really, people are so swearing out. And so it's time to say, okay, we're ready. Here we are. It's happening. Okay. Thank you so much. I was just enjoyed. There's so many wonderful people here, and I don't want to come and take much time, but I appreciate the little questions we had and so forth, and I so enjoy being with you. And
Thank you, Chief Phil. We knew Scott and I tuned in, and we just felt so deeply. We hope Chief Phil can make it for the last show of the year, and thank you for just being here with us. We're so grateful. How can we best support you? What is the one thing that everyone here tonight could do to best support your efforts right now?
Well, I think that our main effort right now is to manifest our gathering in it's going to be close to Cancun, our third union gathering, in which, by the way, people are invited to come. And so either through our PayPal or whatever, people want to give support to what we're doing on our journey, it'd be very helpful. However people would like to do that, or prayers. I really didn't think about that. That's probably when I've been having problems. I don't think about things like that too much. But I can put something give you something, and you could hold it up later if you'd like.
Yeah, please.
Perfect.
Yeah, put that into the chat box, and we will. I'll go back and show it to people again.
Yes. Okay, great. That's very kind of you. I've never even thought about that.
I just remembered, of course, your website, which is Four Worlds International Institute. Four Worlds International Institute. And this is where we can learn much, much more about Chief Phil, his beautiful work. And I'm imagining that somewhere here we can find a donate button. And if not, pop it in the chat box. I'm not seeing the donate button here.
Well, there's a Global Impact Fund, but I don't know if that's the only one there. Let's see
if that works.
And that's a 501c3. That's Global.
Here we go. Okay, here it is. So here's where hopefully can donate. But
Yeah,
the
you can
button's
donate there.
working.
And then anyway, I'll put those in.
Okay,
I
pop it
appreciate
in.
Pop it in the chat.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. There's so many great needs out there. It's right during Christmas time. So whatever, if people want to give a little support, that'd be fine. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Let's all make a donation. So make sure you put the donation link in.
I'll just, what I'm going to do is, we have that one, but I'm going to put the PayPal donation place.
Okay, great. That's good. All right.
Perfect. That's easy.
Well,
And put those 10 proposals in and so forth.
all right.
Okay, we love you. We appreciate you.
All right.
And,
I'll
and
be listening in.
blessings.
I'll be listening in. I'll be listening in. It's about 9:52 here, so AM. So I'm getting ready to start a nice day. So
Okay. What a great way to start the day. How wonderful.
wait a second. Okay.
Yay. Okay,
you.
thank you. Thank you.
Right. I'll be
Wow.
listening in. All right. Bye-bye.
I know we're going to go to Nikita in 30 seconds, but I wanted to share an image that our beloved Darina from Bulgaria now posted, because I think this really summarizes what you and Phil have been talking about. And it's so good to have Darina back with us all the way from Bulgaria. So thank you for this beautiful image that is a wonderful visual of what Phil and Kristen have been talking about. Kristen, I'm going to turn it over to you for the next introduction.
Okay. Well, I'm super honored to be introducing our next guest, the amazing, the one and only Nikita Giering. She is a beloved soul in my heart and in many of our lives, leading us with wisdom, with just incredible tools to aid in our awakening. Nikita also created the website I Am Mantra, and you can go sign up and receive a beautiful daily mantra. I love to read the mantra that comes into my inbox every day. It's the perfect way to set the tone, and highly recommend it. And then even beyond I Am Mantra, Nikita does incredible work both with individuals, groups. She's hosting incredible masterclasses where you can really tap in and enhance your work within yourself, learn to achieve goals energetically and real world goals. Nikita actually even helped me to really birth my album last year, Rainshine. And lately I got to witness Nikita as a super powerhouse speaker, a graceful powerhouse, I would say, at this incredible retreat in Tucson with Patricia Cota Robles. And wow, I was blown away by Nikita's ability to guide large groups of incredible souls into greater coherence, oneness, alignment with self, and really inspire to the next level of who we can be. So I'm sure Nikita has some great wisdom and opportunities for us to tap in deeper together tonight. I love you, dear sister. Welcome.
I love you, dear sister. Thank you so much. Yes, so grateful to be here. And I just want to start with deep gratitude to Chief Phil. Yeah. What an honor to have his deep presence here tonight with all of us. And I hope that, and my intention is that what I share will amplify and support his incredible wisdom, embodied wisdom of him and all of his lineage that he is carrying and speaking, and reminding us of coming home to ourselves and our place in harmony with self and with our living planet. So, Kristen, I want to honor your relationship with Chief Phil, and Scott, I want to honor your relationship with Chief Phil. So thank you both for inviting him here at this very pivotal moment on the dawn of this new year, to have such a powerful prayer invocation, wisdom sharing. So thank you, starting with deep gratitude. Thank you, sister. Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to honor Scott, gratitude, continuing gratitude. I want to honor Scott and wish Scott a happy birthday, a happy birth moment, and also in this circle together, reflect on this great man and the space that he has held over the last year for all of us with the awakening world to bring transformational insight and wisdom to help us remember and embody love and peace and kindness and solutions. So thank you, Scott. Deep, deep gratitude for the tremendous service you bring to humanity. Thank you, brother. And so that brings what I would like to share tonight in the space that we have together. I'd like to reflect on this last year, and then I want to open the door for us to reflect and kind of cast out visions for this new year, a new year of possibilities, joyful possibilities for our potential as individuals and our potential as a collective human awakening species, remembering our harmonic resonance with our living planet and great Mother Earth. So firstly, sometimes as humans, we want to rush to get to the next step. And one of the things that is quite powerful and nature teaches us is that there are seasons. There's a start of winter, there's a middle of winter, there's a completion of winter, and we are coming to a completion of a calendar year. And it can be powerful for each of us to take moments to self-reflect. And I want to give 3 things to self-reflect on from this last year of 2024. 1, gratitude. What are you grateful for? Things that are highlights for you. But also gratitude can be simple things, like your courage to get up on days when you didn't know how you were going to get out of bed. Gratitude can be being grateful for yourself when you chose love over fear. So what are you grateful for? How can you celebrate your courage and strength and your perseverance in this year? Also, compassion. How can you look at yourself over this last year and see the moments where perhaps you could have done things differently? Remember, we're a growing species. We're an evolving species. It's empowering to self-reflect, but not from self-judgment, but from curiosity and self-love. So as we reflect on this last year, how can we be compassionate with ourselves for the moments that perhaps we responded in fear or anger or reaction? And how can we learn from those moments and become even more committed to love-based living moving forward? And then forgiveness. How can we forgive ourselves and each other for moments of unconsciousness, for moments that are fear-based? And not just forgiving ourselves, but how can we also offer forgiveness to our human family? As Chief Phil said, this has been a time of preparation for us as humans. This is our time to now move into harmonic, love-based living and practicing compassion and forgiveness for the things we did in fear helps us move into greater love. So then now we look towards 2025. And I thought about what can I offer this sacred circle, this beautiful container. And I thought, the wisdom that Gary Zukav speaks about, that Chief Phil speaks about, that Scott, Kristen speak about, the concept of making the shift on a daily basis from fear into love. This is a foundational shift that shifts us from separation and separation consciousness, us versus them, into love-based unity consciousness, compassionate consciousness, solutions, and we are all in this time together. And I want to just mention a simple tool that I use in my work. It's very foundational. I find it important to give what I call embodiment practices, because the new earth, the awakening earth, is not birthed around us. It is birthed through each of us. as Chief Phil spoke about, we are the result of so much goodness in our lineage to this moment. We have the awareness we have now, and that we can step forward every day choosing love, even when it's hard. And choosing love, what does that look like? Let's break that down very simply, starting with our thoughts. When we have fear-based thoughts, reactive-based thoughts, can we catch those? Can we offer compassion to ourselves and choose a different love-based thought? And then love-based emotions. When we feel fear, when we feel reaction, anger, sadness, not pushing them away, sitting with those parts of ourselves with loving kindness, sitting with those parts of ourselves, listening to those parts, tending to them like we would a little child, feeling our feelings authentically, not performing them, feeling them, and then choosing elevated, love-based emotions like gratitude. Gratitude opens our heart. Like love, love heals and transforms. Like joy, joy sparkles our whole body with goodness and vibrates our whole body with wellness. Kindness, listening, peace, compassion. So love-based thoughts, love-based emotions. And then finally, something's foundational in my work is learning about our nervous system. And this is a foundational human tool that many of us are not taught about, and that is now becoming so much more prevalent and important. So when our nervous system is a divinely designed, and our nervous system has different states. It has our optimal, regenerative, resilient, love-based, empowered state. And then we have different states that have been divinely designed to help us to help us survive, to protect, to help us stay safe. None of this is wrong. This is the evolution of the human species. But what happens when we get stuck in fight or flight, or fawn and freeze, survival-based states of our nervous system, it influences how we perceive the world. It influences our thoughts. It influences our emotions, what level of love we can connect to, and it also influences our ability to hear our inner guidance. So when we learn, and I'm going to give a very simple technique, and I'll move into completion because I want to honor our time tonight. When we learn how to simply, what I'll call, practice the power pause. And the reason why I call this a power pause is because sometimes we think we've been taught that we have to rush through life to get to where we want to go, to be successful, to be abundant, to be healthy. But actually moving at more of a pace of nature is more of our innate natural state, and learning how to pause throughout our day, practicing a power pause, pausing. And I'm going to give a simple technique. I call this, as I said, the power pause, putting our hands on our body. And if you're not comfortable putting on your hands on our body, that's not required. But our hand on our heart and our hand under our navel chakra, under our navel, on our navel chakra, which is also in Chinese medicine Qigong, the lower dantian. And both our heart center and our navel chakra are power centers for our human body that help us connect our energy to our higher soul. And so just taking a pause during the day, putting our hands on our body, already signals to our nervous system, it's okay. You're safe. You can calm down and you can drop into presence, which is what Kristen has been talking about as well, moving into the new year with peaceful presence. So we pause, we put our hands on our body, and then we breathe. And then we do the most natural thing for our body, but we breathe consciously, intentionally, a little slower and a little deeper. And we let the breath be like a gentle, very soothing flow almost like it's prana, like a flow of water, but it's energy. Breathing into the body and breathing out a little slower and a little longer. And just that will help our system find regulation, find balance, and helps us move into the present moment where we are most empowered. And then if we want, we can ask for guidance. We can do a prayer. We can say an I am statement. We can do what we can call to the great creator to guide us forward in that moment for solutions, for inspiration, for insights. So I want to be respectful and mindful of our time and the rest of our amazing group that are here. And so I just want to, the final thing what I'll say is when we practice something like pausing and intentional breathing, we actually, as I said, regulate our system out of survival. We regulate into our optimal state of regeneration, repair, resilience. We open our brain to higher thoughts. We open our heart to more love-based feelings. And then we start to see our world, ourself and our world in new perspectives and new possibilities. For us to shift as a human species requires a shift in consciousness, and that requires us to learn and practice daily shifting from fear and survival into love-based, present moment, thriving living. I think that's good. I think that's good for now.
Oh, it's more than good. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. You've given us some really wonderful tools. And here I am with my hand on my heart.
Me too.
Yeah, no,
That was absolutely the word that's coming is essential. I felt like I just got the essential nutrients for good daily living. It's like you have your one daily vitamin, you know, or that concept, but this felt like the essential nutrients for good daily living, and just to know that we can tap in anytime. Thank you, Nikita. You have such a way of calling us back into the essence of our pure, grounded beingness.
Yes, thank you. We're all doing this together. The level of wisdom that can come through is a result of the level of consciousness in this circle. So everyone is playing a huge role. Again, the new reality, the consciousness shift is birthed through each of us every single day, every time we have the courage to face fear and choose love, and then lean into love and joy and gratitude and cultivate high vibrational emotions. Like Scott says, maximum grace.
Maximum grace.
maximum grace.
Oh.
Nikita, I want to encourage everyone, go to iammantra.com, iammantra.com. Definitely click receive I Am Mantra daily every day. And she sends that out early in the morning. So I tend to check email earlier in the day, and it's always nice to have that waiting in my box, just a little reminder. And also, she's a brilliant coach, as you can see. I mean, for heaven's sakes, Kristen has a lot of coaches she could choose, and she chose to work with Nikita and got great results from that. So if you go to specialized coaching, that's where you can learn about her living wisdom coaching and all the different things that she provides, whether it's her business, whether it's personal. And she offers a free initial consultation. So I highly recommend Nikita. I've gotten to know her well, and she's a very extraordinary woman, as you can tell by her love and her wisdom that she shared with us tonight. So, Nikita.
And I don't want to forget, there is a very, very amazing, shall I call it a masterclass or workshop coming up on, I think it's January 5th. Is that correct? I Am Monthly.
Yes, Scott, if you go back to the home page and just scroll down. Thank you, Kristen.
Go to
Yeah, there we go. Yes. So on January 5th, once a month, I offer about an hour deep dive for my community. It's a love offering. You can donate if inspired. This January, we're going to focus on joyous possibilities. And basically what we're going to do together is we do a breath practice. I do some wisdom sharing. And then the last 20 minutes or so is specifically focused on a meditative experience. And so we're going to focus on the high vibrational energy of joy, working with the quantum field, universal consciousness to bring in new possibilities. And then we have time for community sharing. So if you'd like to join, that's on my website.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Kristen.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I'm going to put that on my calendar and be there.
Something
love
to
to have
tune
you back.
into for sure, especially as we begin the new year. You will be very grateful.
Thank you both.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
So good to be with you.
Yeah,
That felt
that's
so good.
yeah.
Whew. How you
Yeah.
doing, birthday one?
Just delighted. You know
I
what?
think we should twinkle you a little bit more. Birthday sparkles and love.
All right,
Twinkling Scott,
I'll
a little
take
more
our
birthday
view.
love. Oh, so what's
Oh.
next?
Well, what next is really one of the, significant highlights of every show. Honestly, Kristen, I would not be able to continue doing The Awakening World if it wasn't for Omar Shar. It's a lot to do.
Yeah.
And his support and his being here every show, even when he's in Japan or Peru, he finds a way often to connect. We'll make a video in advance. His support and then what he brings. I mean, I think everybody just so looks forward to Omar Shar songs.
Yay, me too.
Yeah.
He's bringing so much, and he really shows up so completely and fully and with so much love. And here's our dear brother Omar Shar. I can't wait to hear what you're going to share with us tonight.
Me neither, and we shall see. And Scott, stay on the screen whilst we're and Kristen. Makes me feel like I have some good company, and I'm in a show. I get so humbled in a show like this because what Kristen just said about what Nikita just said about what she said was being essential. Absolutely, it was essential. Every word that's been uttered out of every mouth, Phil and Scott and Kristen and Nikita has been direct nourishment, direct prana from heaven. And what it does for me is dispel. It distills the thoughts that were coming up to be shared. Because one thing I worked with Gary Zukov many moons ago in Mount Shasta. We used to do a yearly retreat there, and he was at that time learning how to recognize when he was speaking from his head and when speaking from his heart. It was very, very ABC, and so I am catching up with him now as to how to speak from the heart without being in the way. And here we have Gary joining us. Interesting timing. And so I've one short song to share. I have two gifts to leave us with. During this last year, I think the greatest thing that I've witnessed is the coming together of all these groups that used to think that we were working alone. There's dozens, I mean, there's thousands across the world, but there's some major groups that have joined together and realized the power of one coming together, and how we all have these amazing gifts and none of us are competing. We're all just putting into the pot and taking out the most shiniest tool at the most necessary point. And it's truly amazing. And that gives me not even hope, gives me knowing that all really is well inside. And the other thing that I recognize from 2024 is how much I've grown. You were sharing, Kristen, with how much you've witnessed Phil growing. And I am proud to pat myself on the shoulder. The amount of times that I've managed to get out of the way and allow spirit to come through is now more than less, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And for 2025, my prayer is that we all walk forward fearlessly, and we all walk forward heart-led. And I'm quickly, if that's okay, Scott, going to share. For the last couple of decades, I've been a a student of something called the Radiant Rose Academy, and they have the most advanced ascended master teachings that you could ever imagine. This is my perspective, and I'm just going to quickly share my screen if that's okay. I doubt that you'll say no. However, so there it is. This is the radiantroseacademy.com. And what we have is the year 2025 is all about not the birth, but I'll say it that way, the birth of the divine feminine only. And I would invite you to go to the radiantroseacademy.com and just fish around. They have a beautiful little area introduction. It says, where do I begin? And you press, where do you begin? It tells you about the Academy and all of the amazing things that happen there. I've been studying with them for almost 20 years. And daily I give them 2 or 3 hours of my attention, and I have changed. So that's my plug for Mother Akasha and the Radiant Rose Academy. And the last, that is a gift. I promise you that is an amazing gift. And the last thing that I'm going to share is a song. And this is my other gift to thee all. And it is called In the Stillness, because my greatest times have been when I have allowed myself to be still and be in the stillness. And to be so silent. I did not know how much I was getting in my own way. Holy smoke. And again, with Nikita, I look forward every single day, sweetheart, to the I am mantra every single day. It's a part of my ritual. I leave it, I go through all my emails, and then I open up I have one specific email address that I've privately given to Nikita. It's like unwrapping a gift, and I think, holy smoke, how does she do it every single day? Another gem. And thank you for what I needed to hear. And so rather than looking at anything negative anymore, I just piece together all of us and I hold them in my consciousness, because we're doing this together. And I'm amazed that you and Kristen both proclaimed at Patty Koda-Robles' last event. And I've worked with her many times across the years. And so we are doing this together. It's phenomenal. And I'm going to shut up now and sing. So, all right, 4 minutes and it'll be whomever's next.
We're going to enjoy every moment.
Me too. Thank you, love. So, oh God, goddess. Is that? And there's this.
The quieter you become, the more you can hear in the silence, in the stillness. I am here. Through the wisdom of your fears, through the heartbreaks, through your breakthroughs, through the shedding of your fears. To know that I am with you and guiding your way. Know that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you and love leads us through. I love you. Now your heart and mind is clear, and you know that love is with you, love supports you, love is here. And you feel that you belong, and you're walking with purpose. You can hear your life's new song. That I am with you and guiding your way. that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you, and love leads us through. I love you. Ba-ba-dum-ba-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Through the wisdom of your tears, through your heartbreaks, through your breakthroughs, through the shedding of your fears, and know that I am with you and guiding your way. Know that I am cheering you on. Truth lives within you, and love leads us through. I love you. I love you. I
Let's all twinkle, beloved Omashar.
Woohoo! Omashar,
Oh.
that was wonderful. So perfect for our entry into the new year, to feel that love. I love you. Woo!
And to remember the silence, the pause. Give yourself the pause. Allow Divine Mother to come through and say, this is how I would like the next year to be. So thank you.
You know,
So
I
nice.
love how new things get started. And I've got this spotlight on Dia Therese for a moment because she has started now Karaoke Omashar.
I love it.
Where she's
I
got her
love it,
own
too.
microphone. So a new Global Peace Tribe thing has started. Karaoke Omashar, led at home by Dia Therese.
Oh.
And it's a gold microphone. That is pretty cool. You and Beyonce right there. And I just put the Radiant Rose Academy website in the chat box. And they also have a YouTube channel too. It's worth looking into. Anyway, thank you so much. Namaste.
Absolutely. And here it is for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube. And a big hello to all of you. And also those of you watching the replay. It's radiantroseacademy.com. And if Omashar recommends it, it is definitely worth. I know I've already saved it. And after the show tonight, I'm going to go check it out.
It's actually free to get their newsletter, and then you can dive into thousands of pages of Ascended Masters teachings, and you can go in deeper if you want. But there's a free level, which is you could walk yourself home on the free level.
Okay, beautiful. And also want to remind everybody that Omashar's website is where we can find his music. It's omashar.com, OMASHAR.com. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the different links where you can get his music. And we always recommend going to Bandcamp because they're the most generous at supporting our beloved brother. So go to omashar.bandcamp.com or just omashar.com and scroll down to get his music. And let's support him because we need Omashar. I need Omashar, I'll tell you that.
Thank you, brother.
Well, Kristen, we're going to go to Swami Steve in one moment, but I do want to take a minute just to encourage everybody. What does Scott want for his birthday? I want to grow the Global Peace Tribe. And we need to grow our Global Peace Tribe. Now, I want to acknowledge that a lot of people have learned that they can watch the show for free. They can go to Facebook. They can go to our YouTube channel. And so, to be very honest, every quarter we subscribe on a quarterly basis. I notice the number of subscribers are decreasing, But I'm still getting, oh, Scott, great show. I love that show. That's so wonderful. Now, if you honestly can't afford it, then of course, and I want to continue to put the show out to as many channels as possible. And a big thank you to our beloved John and Summer Raymer for the Sign Network and getting us out to so many Facebook groups and pages. And we want to continue to do that. But we also really need to grow the tribe. And so I'd really like to ask everybody two things. One, if you haven't registered for the new season yet, please do so today. It's really simple. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com, click register for the new season, which usually works except for when I'm promoting it on the show. You know, I even tested it before I came on, and there's something about when I'm here on the show, it just keeps clicking forward. But if you trust me, when you're on your website and you click it, it will open up to a page where you can register. I'm also going to put the link into the chat box. So that's the one thing. If everybody could register, and then come on in at the gold or platinum level, that's just a little bit higher, and then offer free subscriptions to your friends. You know, most of the people who watch our shows love the shows. And after almost every show that we do, I have two simultaneously experiences. There's the experience of, oh my God, that was such a wonderful show. So much wisdom, so much love. And then it's usually followed by the sadness that there aren't more people watching. I know that we have a lot of options. There's a lot of things, a lot of Zoom. People get zoomed out. I get it. But let's grow the tribe. Let's grow our family. That's really my wish, my birthday wish, and it's my vision for 2025 is to really grow our Global Peace Tribe.
Oh, let's do that tonight. Let's make sure, if we haven't signed up, that we go give this gift to ourselves and give this gift to our dear Scott. This is the least I think we can do to say thank you for the plethora of gifts and just your presence, Scott. All these years holding this space with us so lovingly, so open to the new, sharing so many great wisdom voices, luminaries, musicians, artists. You have really supported us all, and I know we all want to see each and every one of us give back tonight to Scott.
Thank you very much. That means a lot to me, Kristen, and thank you. I love you very much. I love all of you. So, with that, I'm going to disappear. I will be back. But we have a very special guest next.
Well, it is my great honor to welcome our next very serious guest, very serious, the Swami Beyond Ananda, aka Steve Behrman. Now, I must say, this being, whichever way you look at him, Steve Behrman or Swami, they are both and one. The two and one together are just such a magnificent being. Man, I every single time I am in your presence, dear Swami, I am inspired, I am moved. I get a nice dose of just grounded, perfect reality check that I'm looking for. I feel up-leveled. I feel the uprising. And you've been giving your gifts to us for so many years now. Swami and I just met in person for the first time at our beloved brother's incredible 80th birthday out in on the West Coast in California, and we got to just be in person. And I think some of you might know our friend Bruce Lipton. It was his birthday, so we got to hug, and it was so good. And now we've become email buddies. But I am just so grateful that you could be with us tonight to help us predict what might be coming? What might be coming in 2025? I'm sure you have some very wise predictions for us. So love you. Welcome.
Well, thank you. And now here's a man who needs no introduction. That's great. No, listen, I have to tell you, I don't want to disappoint anybody, but I don't make any predictions because I don't want to jeopardize my nonprofit status. But I will say this, I'm very happy to be here tonight to honor Scott, actually. And it was great. It was so perfect that people are saying, you know what, we want to honor Scott by supporting this wonderful work that he's doing. So if you enjoy watching this, I say put your money where your mouth is and scroll over and make a donation today. Because it is, I call it karma fuel. This is karma fuel for all of us when you support Scott. And remember, you're only fueling yourself because we're all benefiting from this. Now, I've got a special gift for you, Scott. I don't know how many people are familiar with the art and science of astromusicology. Astromusicology is your fate and fortune based on the song that was #1 the day you were born. Now we do have some unfortunate souls who are born under the song, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. But again, as we will see with Scott, he has been able to overcome a tremendous obstacle in order to become the person that he is. Now, Scott was born on December 25th, 1955. And believe it or not, the #1 song, maybe people have ever heard this song, is 16 Tons. Okay, this is by Tennessee Ernie Ford. It's about a song about going down into the coal mines, and it goes like this. Let's see if I can recreate this song. Okay, like this. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Okay, so this is a song about going down into the depths of the underworld and bringing forth something of value. Yes? And the song, I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, about what a challenge it is. Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man is made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood, skin and bones, a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. So from all of this, he emerges from the underworld with all of this, carrying this weight of 16 tons to become a heavy-duty light worker. That is his destiny, heavy-duty light worker. Instead of being pulled down by fate, he has used his life to do some heavy-duty uplifting and providing value to people. Now, instead of giving in to the karmic debt collector, Scott realized that we're not here to earn God's love, we're here to spend it. And so Scott has become a big spender of love in all of its forms, recognizing that like loaves and fishes, the more we spend our love, the more we have it. The more we have it, yes. So anyway, I would say that now one of the saving graces, you know, you not only have the birth song that you were born under, Scott, you have a rising song. And your rising song is Rock Around the Clock. So that is why you have all of this energy to be able to keep going and going and going and doing this work that you've been doing for so long. Now, I mean, this is a time of year where we reflect on what the year has been. And I think the most important thing that I've been hearing today is that we have to actually embody joy. This is very, very important. And begin to actually look on the bright side instead of the blight side of things. You know, and this is, you know, as you know, there are two kinds of mystics in the world. There are the optimistics and there are the pessimistics, right? Now, the pessimists are saying, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. The optimists are saying, no, it just looks that way because we are ascending. So, and in honor of your request that I talk about what has been wonderful this year and what I'm looking forward to next year, well, I'll tell you something that's been really wonderful, and it's just happened in the past 2 weeks. We're talking about joy. We're talking about unconditional love. For the past 2 weeks, we have been taking care of a wonderful dog named Maggie. And Maggie, if you've ever seen the RCA dog, right? That is Maggie. She looks just like the RCA dog. And dogs are, I did a training years ago called Teach Your Dog to Heal, because dogs are natural healers. When you can come in contact with a friendly dog, your body secretes these hormones called peptides. And when they slobber all over you, that is love potion K9. Which is why they bring them into hospitals to be with people, to cheer people up. It is called the Salivation Army. That is what the dogs are doing. And I really appreciated Nikita's talking about the pause. The pause. Well, the dogs have the pause, and those are the pause that refreshes, right? Now, what about next year? Well, as I say, I don't make predictions, but I will say this. I have a television. And if you don't like the current programming, turn off your TV, television instead. I television to you, and you television to me, and we have healing and functional vision to step into. And that certainly beats what we've been stepping into in the past. And thank you, Chief Phil, for setting the tone for this event by saying that this has all been a preparation. And maybe what we need is preparation H. H being for humor. We need humor because a lot of people on the planet have not had enough laughter and they're suffering from hemorrhoids. Very serious condition. So I'm looking forward to this next year. I called it a television. And so I tell my vision. Now, people have asked me, Swami, will there ever be peace in the Middle East? I say yes, but first we have to take one small step where we are right now. So the precursor to peace, and I don't like to use the word cursor, so I will say the pre-blesser to peace. If we want to have peace in the Middle East, first we need to have peace in the Middle West. So my vision for this country, for the United States in 2025, for left and right to come front and center, to face the music and dance together, to turn the funk into function and leave the junk at the junction, and have red tribe and blue tribe come together and sit in sacred circle as one purple people. Because only as one purple people will the peeps outnumber the perps. So I'm wishing you a very happy, healthy, laughter-filled, joyful time in 2025, and may the farce be with you. Thank you.
Let's all give a big twinkle to beloved Swami. And I think that, while we're twinkling him, I'm going to go to Kristen and myself for a moment because I'm hoping that Steve Behrman might also be able to join us.
Maybe Steve Behrman's in the house as well.
He's kind of like Clark Kent and Superman. You never see them together, but they tend to be on the scene of interesting things at the same time. So I don't know. It's kind of
I was here and now I'm going, hey,
there he is.
Yeah, I'm never in the same room with Swami at the same time, but yeah, multiple personality. It's great. Two get to eat for one. It's a double passage.
Well, I have to say that was absolutely fantastic as always, and perfect way for us to enter into 2025 with some laughter and some joy. We really need this. We need to remember that we can laugh even when things get challenging. We can call in a little laughter, and you do that so well. What is the best way that we can support you right now, Steve?
Well, right now on our show, I'm launching my Love and Laughter tour and the Great Upwising right at the first of the year for the new year. And the Upwising is a 4-step program, which works actually 3 times faster than 12-step. Wake up, wise up, grow up, and show up. And this is really, seriously, a practice that we can do in every aspect of our lives, where we actually can, first of all, wake up from the separation, wake up from the trance of separation and all of the narratives that keep us stuck in this duality. We wise up to the coherent power of love that we all share. This is the most untapped source of power in the universe, is our individual connection to love and how we share it with others on the planet. This turns heaven from a destination to a practice. And so this is the practice of heaven. We grow up from children of God to adults of good. In other words, we actually begin to practice what we're preaching, and we grow up beyond the kind of narratives that have kept us like children, like believing what we're told on the media, for example. So we need to actually begin to develop discernment and recognize that there's a bigger narrative than either of those left or right narratives. And of course, the Swami says there are no sides, only angles. When we see it from the right angle, we're all on the same side. And finally, the fourth step is to show up on a new playing field, ready to play a new game, and that is thrival, which beats survival for each and all. So I'm working on some amazing projects, and I don't have the links right here with me now, but next time I'm on, I'll have them. One is a book with a colleague named Richard Flyer. It's called Birthing the Symbiotic Age. It's based on the community organization work he's done in Reno, Nevada, which is based on the work that Dr. Arya Ratne has done with Sarvodaya in Sri Lanka. Dr. Ari's work is based on Gandhi, and Gandhi was inspired by the Sermon on the Mount. So it all goes back to Jesus. It all goes back to love God, love thy neighbor as thyself. And that's the magic formula. It's very easy. It's very simple. It may not be easy, but I'm looking forward to 2025 in sharing this through the Love and Laughter Tour, both in the real world, traveling around, and also via events that we do on Zoom. And I have a feeling that Kirsten and I are going to be doing an event on Zoom that's going to help people bring this together and put it in their lives and join the uprising.
I have a feeling this is going to happen too in 2025.
Yeah.
And what better than combining music, deep dialogue, and laughter? Perfect combo to really to upwise together.
Yeah, remember, dislodges the illogical logic that we've planted in our brains.
I love it.
It disrupts the ordinary. It disrupts the this, that, or it disrupts the either or and provides a third alternative.
So wonderfully shared. Let's disrupt the either or.
Yes, let's disrupt. Can I share one story? One quick story?
Go for it.
Okay.
We love
this
your
is
quick story.
Yeah. Okay. So why do jokes come in three, like a minister, a priest, and a rabbi? Minister, a priest, and a rabbi are talking about their legacy, how they want to be remembered, what they want the eulogist to be saying at their memorial service. And the minister says, well, I want them to be saying he was a pillar of the community and a family man. The priest said, I want them to be saying he was a holy man and a leader of his flock. And the rabbi says, I want them to be saying, look, I think he's breathing. So there we have it, disrupting the ordinary. So maybe we have a year. I know other things are being disrupted right now, but can we turn that chaos that we're experiencing into the coherence of loving laughter?
Chaos into coherence of love and laughter. Yes to that. The essence.
It's interesting that you say that. Many of us are fans of Elizabeth April. She's been on the show many times. And she, in her prediction, she points out, and this is not a political statement I'm about to make.
Yes.
Donald Trump's life purpose is he's the great disruptor, right? And so whether you are for or against doesn't matter. There clearly is a great disruption that needs to happen. And he's probably playing his role perfectly. And I just choose to say, okay, in the great cosmic scheme of things, which is far greater than this little human brain can comprehend, there is a great disruption happening. But I especially enjoy disruption through humor and through the loving consciousness that you bring, Steve. It's beautiful.
I want to say something about that disruption and chaos. Everybody on this call is probably familiar with cymatics, where you're looking at how sound impacts the visual vibration. And when we're switching from one frequency to another to a higher frequency, in between, there's chaos before you get a coherent pattern. So right now we're in that point similar to the chrysalis, as the butterflies, the caterpillar cells are deconstructing and the imaginal cells are emerging and finding one another. So right now, Chief Phil said it, Nikita said it, everybody here on the call has said it, that this is a time where, they call it a liminal time, when we're a time between times where it looks like chaos, but we're heading toward the next higher frequency of coherence. So that's the prize that we're keeping our eye on.
Beautiful. Hey, people, I do want to encourage everybody to go to the website 12 Habits, the number 4.
Oh yeah, actually, that is an old that's an old website.
Okay. Is there a better one, Steve?
Yeah, you can go to Wake Up Laughing.
Oh, that's easy.
Wake Up Laughing. And wakeuplaughing.com, and sign up for my list. You'll get the daily laxative to restore regular hilarity. And you'll be on my email list, and we'll let you know where we're going to be and the various projects that I'm working on.
There it is. Wake Up.
Yeah, you go right down there. Yeah, I've got 3 websites that I'm working on right now, and they're all in flux. But if you go all the way down there, all the way down, you can patronize me by becoming a patron. Yes, you can.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't mind being patronized. And you get my Travels with Swami book that I'm writing right now. We're up to chapter 13, and it's like every week you get an installment of this book.
It is said, the great wise elders say, behind every great Swami is a Trudy. So I want to just acknowledge Trudy, who's with us tonight.
Hey, Trudy.
Thank you for your support of the Swami and that guy Steve as well.
So good to be with you, Trudy.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I have to say, it was so amazing. When I met Steve in person, I also got to be with Trudy. And there was amazing music, and watching these two dance and the great vibes and the love flowing was a beautiful thing to witness.
Yes. It's been such a blessing all these years, even meeting 30 some years ago. It's like knowing that we were destined, and the adventure that we have had for all of these years has been beyond what I could have ever imagined. And the relationship is just amazing. It's like a gift. It's a total gift from the universe. And being with all of you, because this is where our life path has brought us to this. And we're all in this together, and we're just at the verge. There is so much love and light coming onto the planet, especially from the solar flares and the coronal mass ejections. It's like that is bringing that electromagnetic storm, cosmic storm, that is completely healing our DNA. And this is the time. It's like it's all a grand healing and an awakening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Maggie in there? Can you put Maggie's face on the screen? Is she there?
I was
She's
just
here right
wondering
now.
if we were going to get a power pause with the little with the
This is
dog
the
pause.
This is the pause that refreshes, truly.
The pause that refreshes.
There she is.
Look at Maggie,
She
you're
is.
out.
She's like the RCA dog. She really is.
Oh,
What a blessing.
what a sweet girl. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're getting lots of love and giving lots of love. Goes always. Well, thank you for being on with us, Steve and Swami. So
Okay.
grateful.
I'll tell him.
Yeah, give him the message. Give
I'll
him a
tell
big
him.
hug.
Okay, kids.
Okay. What's next?
Wow, what an evening. And
so
there's
great.
still much more. Piper Dillums and Larry Malkin is in the house.
Woo!
I got a message just today from Michael Kraus, and we love Michael. Michael does a lot of, he's one of those behind the scenes guys who makes everything happen. And so when Michael speaks, people listen because he doesn't speak that often, right? It's usually he's just behind the scenes supporting Kristen or myself or whomever. But Michael reached out to me today and made a recommendation, and I trust Michael. And so I said, Michael, I trust you. Please go ahead and share with our audience what you wish to share. So with no further ado, take it away, Michael.
Which is really your version of looking at it. My version of looking at it is that I called you and I said, Scott, can you help me? There is something that is coming up that I'm organizing at the beginning of January, and you said, come onto the show tonight. There was no questions asked from you, and I just wanted to really honor you for that, for how you show up and how you show up in support to other people, and so great thank you to you, Scott, and also thank you for all the contributions, Steve, Nikita, Omashar, and Kristen. It was like really beautiful. I just want to quickly go into the highlights of my year were the connection points that I had with people. The if it comes from a heart, it's going to be received by the heart. And I feel that this network of people that really emanates from a place of love and from the place of the heart is becoming more and more visible. And it's astonishing how that force is actually sweeping across the planet right now. And it's so beautiful to simply take a step back and become the witness of it. The witness of what is actually emerging right now on that planet. And so in terms of that, I'm also looking at what is going on. And one of my favorite prophecies, how silly does that sound? But it is about the Hopi prophecy, and it is about the time of the lone wolf is over. Gather yourself, banish the word, struggle from your attitude and your vocabulary. All that we must do now must be done in a sacred manner and celebration. We are the ones we have been waiting for. And so, what does that really mean? And so what I wanted to talk into today is a course that I'm not facilitating it. I'm just simply managing the technology behind it and the experience really. But it's called the 7 Mystical Laws of Abundance. It's with Sujit Ravindran. He's a best-selling author. He has sold and distributed more than 2.4 million copies of his book. He's a mystic. He facilitates pilgrimages in Italy, in Assisi, and also in India. And he is a gifted brother. He's an amazing storyteller. He has a tremendous amount of sense of humor, and he has deep wisdom. So one of my favorite quotes is, to believe and to understand are not diverse things. They're the same things in different periods of growth. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is the philosopher behind that quote. And so what I get with Sujit Ravindran is that he understands the mystical laws of abundance. It's not that he believes in it, he understands it. And so he's graciously offered to guide us through a 49-day journey starting January 11th for 49 days. So what that means, every Saturday we're going to have a 90-minute live transmission, and then throughout the week there is a workbook and exercises to be done on a daily basis, together with an immersive experience between everybody that is participating in that journey and in that program and in that course. And part of that Hopi prophecy is also, or speaks about, see who's there with you and celebrate. And this is what I feel is happening in the awakening world on a regular basis with Scott Katamas. See who's there with you and celebrate. Let us become aware of our gifts. Let us become aware of who we are, and let us connect together. So if anybody is interested in this course, please go to also fascinating, that's called awaken.global/abundance. Awaken.global/abundance. And I just wanted to play a short video of Sujit to really be able to feel into his natural, unpretentious energy and what he is going to offer and how he looks at the mystical laws of abundance. So if I may play that.
We are all in the pursuit of abundance. Abundance of one thing or the other. Some of us, we are on a quest for money and materials, others for health and vitality, yet others for connection and community, others for love and family, yet others search for self-worth and success, and others for meaning making. Others are on a search for higher purpose or a quest for creative expression. Others are seeking abundance in transcendence and bliss, or abundance of self-realization. Whatever abundance we are in pursuit of in our life, this abundance comes to us when we align ourselves with universal abundance. The 7 laws of abundance are the laws that govern all the flow of abundance. And when we align ourselves to that abundance, abundance flows through us to us. Abundance creation is a response to who we are, not how we act. So I welcome you to join me on this 49 days abundance journey at the beginning of this auspicious year. To start this beautiful year with an intention for abundance, for ourselves and for those around us. And during these 49 days, we will engage in a set of practices, processes, exercises that will align us with the 7 mystical laws of abundance. So join me. Namaste.
And I hope you were able to feel a little bit into the energy in which this course, this book, this transmission is being offered. And again, if it comes from the heart, it will be received from the heart. And that's really our vision behind it, that we're going to be able to create a unified language and a unified journey together as we're holding hands to shift into abundance consciousness in every area of our lives. So I'm inviting all of you to go to the website, sign up, join us, and let's have as much fun as we can around it. So thank you again, Scott, for allowing me to be here and share what I'd wanted to share. And love you so much, brother. And yeah, deeply touched.
Michael,
by
thank you
your
for all
love.
that you do. And, you know, this show keeps evolving. And one of the things it's really evolved into is a chance to alert our audience to all the other wonderful things that are happening. And so that's why when I respect somebody as much as I respect you and you say, hey, this is a good thing, I want to make sure my audience knows about it. So thank you very much, Michael.
Yeah. It's not just a good thing, it's an awesome thing. It's
An awesome thing.
You have to experience it to experience it.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to register for it. So make sure you put the link into the chat box for people. And thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you. And all the best to all of you in 2025.
Absolutely. See you soon.
See you soon.
All right. I'm going to turn it back to, by the way, Kristen, several people have said, Kristen is such a great co-host.
Oh.
And it is true. You are a wonderful, wonderful co-host. So
thank you. It's always a joy to, especially, I can't imagine a better co-pilot than Scott Katamas. It's just so fun to weave, and through the years we've kind of gotten in a rhythm, and you know, how can you not just have the best time here witnessing all of these incredible beings who are blessing us with their gifts?
Absolutely. It is so inspiring twice a week to just be reminded of how many wonderful people are in our community. And with all the hard stuff going on in the world, to be inspired and to keep each other inspired and informed, to keep each other inspired. And so it's a beautiful thing.
Well, and speaking of inspiration, we are about to bring on one of our most beloved members and inspirers within our community, the incredible Piper Dellums. So good to be here with you as we call in this new year. You are just you have really inspired my soul for some years now. And I know I'm just speaking for everybody in this room, in this community, everyone who's watching. So I'm excited for more, Piper.
Oh,
Welcome.
Kristen, I love you. I love you, Scott. I love the Global Peace Tribe. This has been such an extraordinarily difficult year, and yet this tribe has gotten me through some of the darkest and most difficult and challenging moments, and I am so grateful for your love, for your consistency, for your generosity. Every morning getting a message from Scott and Kristen, good morning, and sun shines and birds. So celebrating you, Scott, today is such an honor. And speaking about the dark places, when Kristen is asking, what was 2024 like for me, or what is the most elevated moment or memory? And I would say that it's probably happening right now, because as you know, I'm a legacy of politics. I'm heavy into politics. What I was recognizing a lot was that God was speaking to me in the lost places, and speaking to me in the places of lost history, of lost identity, of lost, of challenges, of people of color, of women, of war zones around the world. And I was so grateful for the unveiling, for the truth to be revealed, for the darkness to come to the surface, so that the lotus, can make its way into a clearing for 2025. But when I think about that darkness, I think about Scott's birthday and the birth of Christ, and what that story, that miracle story, was about, that is allowing me to make this moment the moment that I'm going to say is the blessing of my 2024. After listening to everyone speaking, what kept coming to me was the darkness is such a perfect necessity in our lives. And I thought about this 14-year-old girl traveling, on the back of a donkey in the middle of winter in the freeze. And it was this embrace of all of us that have felt the coldness of the world, and all of us that have felt the world saying there's no room for you at the inn, there's no place for you here. And then they found themselves in this beautiful miracle story in this manger. And when you actually think about a manger, it's beautiful in the Christmas cartoons, but the reality is you're there with farm animals and their dung and the flies and the stench and the filth. And here is this young girl and her beloved going through what we go through as mothers, when everything in our bodies is being moved out of place, where we are being forced to push, and the blood of our birthing, the substance of life, and the being ripped open in the middle of a filthy, dark, smelly place. And yet, what is coming forth? What comes forth? Love was birthed. Hope was birthed. The light of the world was birthed. And this is what I am hoping and believing and knowing for 2025, is that through this darkness, we will be birthing the Christ consciousness of humanity. And we have to look at the dark places as being the most beautiful places, and our labor making sense, and our cry making sense, and knowing that everyone that is going to be present to hear the first cry of love in the world, which is us, which is this tribe, which are the light workers and the truth seekers and the open hearts, we will be blessed once we get through the labor and the push of all of this. And I think so much about the beginning, that what they call biblically the first Adam. And Adam, in the Hebrew meaning the blood, but the atom, the atom meaning the light, and Eve meaning the evening, meaning the darkness. This truly is a time of the birth of the divine feminine, because the Genesis story says darkness was upon the face of the deep first. That is Eve. That is the evening. That is the woman. That is the womb. Then God said, let there be light. So I'm so grateful that we are awakening to the consciousness of the divinity of woman, of Pachamama, of Gaia. And we will find peace in the darkness, because life and love is about to be birthed, as Scott was birthed, the light and love of this community. And thank you, Scott, for laboring with us, laboring for us, bleeding out for us, and giving of yourself. And I just thank you for being able to recognize that in the here and now. And I love you.
Thank you, Piper. One of the highlights of my year was actually meeting you in person.
Oh my gosh, that was the best day.
At Gary Malkin's going away party.
Yes, at Gary's going away party.
He's at Gary Malkin's going away party. And speaking of the angel, look who dropped in to join us.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello,
Wow, oh my God, Piper. Oh my God, what you just said. What an inspiration you are. God, what a beloved, beloved gift you give us by your presence. Amazing. Thank you, Scott, for everybody's tired. It's late here in the East Coast. But thank you for giving me a chance to wish you happy birthday, Scott, and Kristen, and Swami, Steve, and Trudy, and all my friends. And I just wanted you to know that on the day before Christmas, I got to see my favorite movie of all time, which is It's a Wonderful Life. And I saw it for the 1,000th time on the big screen. And I literally felt like I feel like George Bailey right now. I feel when he opens up the book of Mark Twain, The Gift from Clarence at the end, and says, none of us are a failure. No one can be a failure with people if you have a friend, right? And so here we are in this community with such devotion to the birthing process, to the, as Barbara Marx Hubbard would say, the death birth, to the chrysalis, all these metaphors, right? And all these things that you just said, Piper. But I feel like in all my plans to end up in Asheville, and I'm in this little Bedford Falls town called Turner's Falls, and it's just, I was sitting here thinking, I could never have predicted that I would end up in this little New England town. but it's just, I picked up Adam Gaskill a few hours ago from the airport, and we're going to be working on my bottom line Basecamp, GaryMalkin.com website, which I've been avoiding for 20 years, always hiding behind another name. And finally, it's like this unapologetic joy and gratitude that I know what I'm here for. I know what I came here for. I'm here doing it. And I'm lining up with the most beautiful beings, all of you right here. And thank you, Scott, for your unbelievable yes to me and to all of us. What a yes. This is what a yes looks like. Man, Scott, you're just unbelievable.
Well, my
You're
my favorite band has always been the band Yes. So,
yeah, well,
you know,
you show us what yes looks and feels like, brother.
thank you.
And I love you guys. Thank you for the giving. I was going to get off because I didn't think I'd have an opportunity, but I'm so grateful, Kristen, all of you. I'm so grateful to be a part of this community. I wish you all, this is going to be the year where we're going to be all needed more than ever for that thing you talked about, the high pipe, for letting it come through and serving the light. And this is going to be the year when we are here to do our work in the way that we are needed more than ever before. So blessings, blessings, blessings for a beautiful year. I love you all. Thank you for letting me speak.
Gary.
Love you too, Gary.
Love you, Gary. So blessed to see you tonight and feel you. And we're about to also be blessed by one of Piper's gorgeous videos, which is also going to carry us through with the grace of Gary's music in support. And tell us a little bit about this piece, Piper.
Well, this piece actually was inspired just by Gary sending me some of his music to help heal me when I was coming through maybe my 4th or 5th surgical process. And although it's not in the perfection place that I know perfect Gary would want it to be in, I was so moved in my soul. I am continuously moved in my soul by every way upon which God speaks to and through Gary. His music is medicine. His gift is medicine. I met Gary without meeting Gary, as you all may know, in the healing process after my father passed away. And it was Gary's music, Gary's wisdom, Gary's genius that got me through the most trying grief period of my life and ascended my soul to a whole nother level of beingness. And Gary, for some reason, has been chosen in my life to also present that in my physical body to heal me. You know, to me, Gary is the oncologist that my body has needed and requested. So Gary sent music to help heal me in the hospital, and images and footage and beautiful things that my husband and I, my ex-husband and I, had been shooting all over the world. I had to dive into some of that because I didn't know any other way to thank him. And so one of the pieces he sent is a much longer piece, and it's stunning. And because we're talking about the birthing and the butterfly, it's called Chrysalis. And I put footage to this literal perfect piece of music. And I spoke from my heart what it was speaking to my soul. So in its incompletion, at least, it's beautiful to share a piece of that with you today, and share a piece of that with Scott as the birthing of Scott we're also celebrating. So that's what this is.
And a suggestion to everybody, it is a beautiful piece. We've really enjoyed looking at it and watching it. The volume's a little bit low. So if anybody has earphones, this would be a beautiful to hear Piper's voice, you know, that deeply, you know, coming into the brain, and the music, it's Gary Malkin music. So it's gorgeous. So if you have earphones, go get them, put them on. Otherwise, turn the volume up on your device to as loud as you can, so that you can fully enjoy this beautiful, beautiful video by Piper, music by Gary. And we'll see you all on the other side.
Listen quietly to your very breath in this stillness, in this perfection, in this sacred, soulful, eternal stillness, peace. When I speak of peace, I speak of the practice of beholding the beautiful, beholding the majestic. Peace is to encounter the holy in the ordinary. Peace is to find God. For it only takes a moment of stillness to dance with God in the mirror of your authentic spirit. You are spirit. You are peace. You are love. Breathe it in. Even in a world where conflict and suffering are so abundant, and our inner conflict can take us away from this sacred stillness, peace is always beautiful, and beautiful is home. What hope we have is the hope we create when we come together, act together, heal together, to love together. We must first forgive ourselves and one another, for radical forgiveness is the road to peace. This is love. This is the stillness of God. Everything begins with a thought, and all of your peace comes from within. It's not lost, but it can be found by listening to your breath, to God, to your heart, or with a simple smile. Change your thoughts, change the world. And so it is, like the miraculous drops of water that seep through mountain limestone, that gather themselves into springs, that flow into creeks, that merge into rivers, that find their way to oceans, like our breath and our stillness. Peace.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh.
God, Piper. Oh my God. Wow. Just wow.
I'm going to read just a few of the comments. I'm not going to be able to read all of them because there are 20. Dr. Laura writes, Piper, that was magnificent. So peaceful and calming. Thank you. Roger and Bonnie, breathtaking. Dr. Laura, I wish there was a button to push to change my thoughts, just like that video was one to change the screen view. Shauna writes, cellular ambrosia of soothing and healing. Thank you, Piper and Gary. Magnificent. And there's literally 20 other comments all coming in. Just extraordinary.
Wow. Piper, that was such heaven, alchemy beyond words. Every image, every word, every inflection, every frequency was spot on. We have to turn that into something that ends properly, but that was absolutely
I
amazing.
know,
Amazing.
and where my sound is proper, but I have to leave that to you. That was I literally made that on 1,000 pain meds, and
Oh my
laying in a
God.
bed, and I
I
just
tell you something, honestly, if all I did every morning was just look at that, I would be enlightened in 10 days. I mean,
Well, you can do that. You can do that.
I love you,
We'll
Gary.
talk in 10 days, Gary.
Well,
I'm
what
just
we
blown
know is
away.
that Gary and I hopefully will be blessed enough to perfect that album of his and turn this vision into something to help heal the world.
You will. You are. You two are making pure medicine magic together. Truly.
I think Kristen, after all my training, for me to play something that simple took such an evolutionary path to let go of the need for complexity to define me. And I listened to that music, and I so got out of the way for that to come through, and it showers me with such grace and gratitude, and to hear Piper on top of that just complete it with the most perfection spiritually. Anyway, I could say more, but I'm just going to stop and just be in awe of the whole experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Peace Tribe. Love you all.
Love you so much. We are so grateful for you, Piper. We are so grateful for you, Gary. Truly, immediately. There's nothing faster than music and visuals put together. I mean, you are instantaneously brought into a new space, into a new moment, into a new possibility.
Isn't it a miracle? It's a miracle. It's pure miracle, right?
Yeah.
We're so fortunate we get to create things like this together. Wow.
Wow. That's how I feel.
How can we support you, Piper, beloved?
Oh gosh, your love and consciousness and your blessings that's the greatest support. And and I'm hoping for every door to open up. Keep sending blessings to Gary so that we can find a path to be able to move this thing forward and continue to bless and help heal Eleanor Joy and myself and others. I hope I'm not missing anyone else that's going through a health crisis, but also for George and I know for there was a young lady whose father had passed, I remember. And I think just the love of this community continuing to heal us physically and emotionally and spiritually. And there is no gift greater than that. And I hope Eleanor Joy is doing well. I think about her every day.
Oh, yes.
I just want to send love to them too. And because all of you have healed the two of us, your love towards us, has been magnificent. And anyway, that's your love is the greatest support. That's all I can say.
Well, thank you. And I do want to remind people that there is a GoFundMe that was started for Piper. It took me a moment to open it back up. But if you go to GoFundMe and you just click Piper Dellums, it'll come up for you. And I'm going to put that into the chat box also.
Happy birthday, dear Scott.
Thank you, Piper.
Piper?
Yes.
Let's pause. Let's take a power pause for a minute. I just want Piper to receive Piper, you give so much. Just let that in. Scott just shared about, we're going to give to Piper for a moment. Piper, let it in.
God, Kristen knows me so well. I was making so
Thank you for your gifts to us. We know it's Scott's birthday, and we also want to support you, and we love you, and we're so grateful for you. Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
Well, we are in the home stretch here. Once again, thank you, Piper. Thank you, Gary. By the way, I'm glad to see Swami Steve is still with us. One of the comments was Swami needs to come up with new words to describe how amazing that video was.
Yes. I'm sure he already has some.
There he is.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes, I'm a word guy, definitely a word guy, but sometimes wordlessness really says it all. In just being in that space. So that's part of the pause. My mind works all the time. So to kind of give it, okay, we're going to hit pause here. And with dog's pause, that really makes it a lot easier because it disrupts my normal schedule when she wants to play ball first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
She has the ball in her mouth. She's ready to go.
Along those lines, the greatest sports broadcaster, most people believe or agree, was Vin Scully.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And when something big would happen, Vin wouldn't say anything, right? He would just let the audience and all the applause and all the cheering, let that carry the moment. So I thought
that was a voice that lulled me to sleep as a little kid, listening to the Brooklyn Dodgers. And then people a little younger than me heard his same voice with the LA Dodgers, and what a presence.
Yeah. No, we could go on about Vinny, but that's another show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Swami.
We'll have a whole Vinny show.
Vinny Yoga. We know about Vinny Yoga, don't we?
Well, Kristen, we are in the winding down, but I'm so glad that the last big event for tonight is us sharing from you.
Oh, well, thank you. It has been truly a blessing on so many levels tonight to weave with each and every one of these beautiful guests and our family, our tribe, and you, Scott. And I thought I would end with this piece, which is all about kind of that New Year energy, stepping into the new beginning. And you can always come back to the pause and begin again. Each moment you can choose. You have this choice point. Do I want to begin again? Oh, yes, I can do that now. And I can leave everything else behind. So as you're listening to this song, just give yourself that beautiful grace that Scott talks about. Give yourself the permission to begin again in this moment. And love you all so much. Let's see here. Okay. Oh. And also, I just want to use this song as encouragement. Sometimes we have something that we've wanted to learn or try for a long time, and the fears come up, and for whatever reason, we don't do it. On this song, I had this vision that, in the middle, I want there to be this harmonica solo. And I realized I didn't really know how to play the harmonica, but I got out my grandfather's harmonica and I practiced for about 3 days straight. And I'm like, I'm going to play this harmonica solo. And after just putting my heart and soul into it and being a patient learner, I was able to play the harmonica solo. So when we get there, just let that be a beacon. If there's something you want to learn, you can do it. Just one little step at a time. Maybe it's a harmonica solo. It's time to move on. It's time to let go. Be the one who always knows. Just follow the hum, the beating heart. Be the seed of all Take this life like an open ocean in your hands. Let it all begin again. Feel is the breath, it rattles your lungs, singing out the only song, the one that you know, that brought you here through the dream. It all comes clear. Take this life like an open ocean in your hands. Let it all begin again. And when the darkness tries to hold you near, and shadows knocking at your door, the winded sorrow's distant memory, I will bathe in the quiet of your soul. All the voices are calling like an open ocean. Begin again. And all this time I was searching for something to believe in. Well, I can see now, I can believe that I am this song playing out. And when the needle starts falling, dance out loud, just sing it out. Be the living and take this life in your hands, in your hands, like an open ocean. Begin again. Begin again, begin again. Every moment we can. Take your life in your hands like an open ocean. Begin again. My little dog is over there wanting to come in. He got kicked out before. Let's see if he can come in for the finale. He was trying to bark at me earlier and he got kicked out, but now I hear him saying, I want to pause. What is it? Power pause. I want power pause.
Well, since we're bringing in the dogs.
Hi, Bob.
Ooh, I'm going to do the same.
Here we
go.
Here
Let
we go.
back in, right?
We got Jasmine Bear
Oh.
and
Maggie. Oh, look at that.
We got all the doggies.
We got Kiss.
Benja does not like it when I play and he's not right next to me, but right?
No.
But you have to, yeah, when you bark at mama during a show, that's what happens.
I got Ty.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
yay! Piper's little one too.
I know.
Oh, and lots of
Oh,
candy.
look at that. Oh my God, look at this. It's done today.
Now this is a real big boy. There he is.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Wow.
such a beauty. All the power paws in the house. We got to give it to these beings. They really do. Talk about what's going to get us through in the best way 2025. It's probably these beings keeping us out for the walks, connecting with nature.
They're in the state of consciousness we're all trying to get to, you know. They're already there, you know, and that's what I'm aware of with Jasmine Bear. She's in the state of consciousness I'm trying to get to.
Look at that face.
Hey, I want to remind everybody, I do have another birthday wish. I'm gonna take advantage of my birthday wish power.
Oh.
And that is to join Kristen's membership program. So if you go to kristenhoffman.com, make sure there's 2 N's. It took me a little while to learn that one. And then click payment and membership. And then go to become a member. Now, she's got this wonderful Sonic Soul family that she's put together. And once a month on a Sunday afternoon, we gather for about an hour and a half, and she plays a couple of songs. And there's always a beautiful theme, always a beautiful, appropriate theme. And it's a beautiful family. Of course, a lot of the people, a lot of Global Peace Tribers are part of this. A lot of regulars are on the show watching right now. In fact, those of you that are part of her family that are watching, pop something in the chat box about what this means to you. And you can join for as low as $11 a month. Or of course, I encourage people to come in at the $33 or $77 a month level. And it's important for us to support Kristen. And it's important for her to know that she's got, you know, her monthly Patreon coming in. So let's all support her because she is the voice of an angel. One of the comments that came in earlier today, Kristen, was that Kristen Hoffman proves that angels walk among us.
Oh, that is so sweet and beautiful. And I will tell you, I'm very human and I have my moments and my challenges and I have my inner frustrations in the moment. There are moments, not on the screen usually, but where Kristen Hoffman gets upset and that I'm working with my things, you know. But thank you. That really is, that's so sweet. Thank you. And I think we all have our angelic presence that we're bringing through in our own ways. And when we tune into our gifts, when we tune into what lights us up, that's when our angelic presence really comes through. So I feel like when I'm doing music, that's what really lights me up and connecting with you all. And so you feel that. And when I'm watching Piper's videos, I'm feeling that. And when I'm watching you, Scott, in your element here, facilitating for everyone, I see your big angel wings popping out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I see Steve up there, as you bring us into laughter. Ooh, I see some very fluffy wings that come out there. Woo, big ones, big fluffy wisdom wings that help us to laugh a little more. Thank you.
Well, you know, and thank you for acknowledging the human side. That's why Swami invented tantrum yoga. Use your anger to heat your home in the wintertime. It's very powerful. So.
Yeah, I love that. Tantrum yoga. We'll have to try that maybe on the next show.
God gives you what you want.
I'm going to bring our guests up one last time, our presenters, Omashar, Piper, Nikita, because I want to thank all of you for blessing us with your presence tonight. And I want to close with a vision. Let's all close our eyes. Let's build a bridge between now and exactly 1 year from now. And let's imagine that we're all gathering together, hopefully on a Global Peace Tribe show, and hopefully Kristen's co-hosting once again as a tradition. And let's just imagine, wow, what a magical year. through all the disruption and all the chaos, the butterfly emerges. And imagining that whatever we've gone through, we all are just in a deep state of gratitude, a deep state of appreciation for how blessed we are, and that our body temples are healthy, and that our world is a better place 1 year from now on all levels. Maximum grace for each and every one of us.
Yeah.
Maximum grace for this beautiful blue-green planet. Maximum grace for our consciousness, for the human consciousness to wake up. Wake up laughing. Wake up through Kristen's music. Wake up through Piper's video and Gary's music and Nikita's wisdom. Waking up through all the gifts that each and every one of you in the audience as well provide in this awakening world. Thank you, everybody, for being exactly who you are. I do want to let people know that our next show, the first show of the year, will be this Wednesday night. It's going to be a little different. Of course, we'll have Omashar and music and Rayamana, but we're going to be doing visioning together. There's going to be a lot of prayer, a lot of visioning. We're going to invite everybody who comes into the Zoom room to share their vision, both personal and global. So that's what we're going to be doing on Wednesday night. And I hope to bring the new year in with all of you. Thank you
And
again.
Scott, thank you for bringing us together. It's you, brother, that brought us together. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It's my honor. Yeah, it is. I'm going to go to gallery view one last time. We can all see each other. Blessings, everybody. Have a beautiful evening. Have a beautiful, sacred Sunday tomorrow. Remember, we can make any moment sacred by choosing to see the divine in all, starting with ourselves. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Love, love, love.
Thank you.